You know, I was thinking it's been a little while since we just kind of sat down and had a chat, honestly. I think it's been February was the last one, I think. And a lot has changed since then. You know, the channel looks an awful lot different now. So, I thought I'd do another one of these. I've been quite busy with uploads over the last month or so. I managed to get my motivation back after doing some stuff with the gaming channel. Which I've kind of abandoned now, almost to focus on the tutorials channel again. But the tutorials channel is where the money's coming from, so you can see my point. Like, I've gone back to doing, at least trying to do 2 or 3 videos a week, mainly 3. Where assignments and exams would allow. The assignments and exams are all done now. It's just my thesis left to go. For now, I'm still going to do 3 videos, but if things drop down to 2 videos a week, then that's probably why, because the thesis is obviously big and it's very important. It sort of depends how tight, things get with timings and everything. So if things just drop down to 2 videos, then you know why. But, as I said, I've got my motivation back and I've actually been enjoying making content on the channel again. Especially as it's all been doing really well. YouTube has taken really kindly to it. Ever since I've come back, a lot of the videos I've done have gone into recommendeds, which is really cool. Whether or not it's going to stay that way, I don't really know, but either way, it's brought in a huge amount of audience, which is really cool. Hello to everyone if you're part of that. And it's given me, again, that extra motivation to make, some additional videos. And it shows me that, the videos that I've been doing, you lot have been liking, which is really cool, because I've been liking them a lot as well. But we're going to come to content and that later. There are a few other things that I want to talk about just before that. The first is new branding. I'm not going to talk a huge amount about it because you've probably seen most of it. But we've got new fonts, which is, what people had an issue with in the old branding. We're now using Zendots and Anybody for the fonts. This is actually the first branding I've done where all the fonts have come from Google Fonts, which is interesting. Stuff like the cover banner has changed, the Discord invite splash has changed. The logo hasn't really changed that much. It's just been redesigned. Well, it's not been redesigned, but it's been rejuvenated, I guess, to fit the design language of the rest of the branding better. But the thumbnails are pretty much the same, besides the fonts, obviously. The colors are exactly the same. The transitions between things are exactly the same, So it's not like everything has changed. It's more just an update to the existing branding, I guess. Also, I've decided to make things easier for me and easier for my computer, that any video that I do in 4K, or at least any coding video pretty much, is going to be done at 30 FPS. I don't really have much control over what resolution I record in. Ever since I've got this 4K monitor, whenever I record anything in 1080p, it looks like arse. So I pretty much have to record in 4K, and my computer can handle that. The thing it can't handle so well is the editing. It can do it. It is entirely possible, but you can tell it's sort of on the limit of what it can really do. When you think about the fact that, these videos take a while to render as well, and they're going to take a while to upload because they're going to be pretty big because they're 4K 60 FPS. And when you think as well about that, there's not really much of a point in having videos of this type in 60 FPS unless there's a specific reason. I can't think of one that I would need it for right now. For example, like gaming content, the frames per second matters because of the smooth picture. But when you're just typing, most of those frames are the same anyway, really. Especially if I'm just sitting there explaining stuff. So there's not really much of a point in videos being in 60 FPS. I can record 4K on my phone in 30, so I can now include 4K intros, providing the phone doesn't get too hot. I don't know what it'd be like temperature-wise. But yeah, it's not a huge change. I just thought I'd let you know because I imagine some people would probably notice, and the reason is, well, there's lots of reasons, to be honest. Another thing, this has been a thing for a little while, but I haven't mentioned it in an update video yet, so I'm going to do it now, is that you can now become a member. So if you want to become a channel member, you can hit the join button down below. This is like an alternative to Patreon, so if you don't want to pledge on Patreon, you can join down there. It has the same tier systems, and you can do it for £1 a month, like you can on the Patreon as well. And you can get some exclusive and early access stuff if you join at some higher tiers. So if you're interested, you can, look down below, hit the join button, it will give you some details on that. If you don't, then that's fine. Your viewership is awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you. With all that out of the way, the rest of this video is going to be talking about kind of upcoming content. So I've been liking doing the videos that I've been doing recently with, just doing some, fun, maybe some unloved things about Python. It's gone into a little mini series called Python is Awesome. I've decided to kind of collate them together. I've cleaned up the other playlists as well, so if the playlists look a bit different, then it's all part of that. But I've been liking doing just these one-offs without having to, worry about a video needing other videos to work. So, in episodic series, for example, like I used to do a lot, a video would more than likely need the other videos in the series to work. And I've been enjoying and I've been enjoying not having to worry about that. You know, even with the Perfect Python series, where it is a series but it's not an episodic series, you know, no video relies on any other, and I've been quite liking that. I think you have as well, so I think I'm going to keep doing that for now. I've also got some other ideas for little, you know, mini series, non-episodic series, I don't really know what you call it. But I want to do one on object-oriented programming in Python. That was originally going to be part of the How to Python series, but I've decided to put it in its own little thing because I think it'd be better there. And there's one that has been on my radar for a while that I just haven't got around to doing, which is like a Git rundown. I'm considering calling it Git Good. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if that's really cringe. If you could let me know in the comments whether that's a good idea or not, then that would be really appreciated. I'm also considering doing like a news roundup, you know, once a month, Aussie Man review style, where I look over, you know, some of the more important, maybe some of the funniest stories in the world of technology and computing, and just doing like a quick little video about it. I don't know if that's a good idea. You know, people seem to have liked the videos that I've done, kind of the standalone videos on single stories or individual stories, I guess. If you want to see that, again, let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea. Maybe I'll give it a shot and we can, you know, have a look and see if it works. In terms of Discord bot content, you know, I feel like every update video is getting sullied by stuff about Discord bots, but I'm gonna put a lid on Discord bot content completely for the time being. I'm not saying I'll never come back to it, but for now I just don't want to do it. I'm gonna make a community post about that because I feel as though it'd just be easier to explain that it might be there already, it might be there in a few days. So if it's not there at the moment, then just keep checking and it'll be there in a few days. But this affects the Hikari series as well for, you know, people that wanted to know about that. So yeah, just wanted to say that I'm not doing Discord bot content for at least a few months, probably, if ever. Again, I might decide that I never want to do it again, but that'll be, you know, I'm not going to decide that fully until a while. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about in this video. It's been nice to have just a little chat again, you know, with the visualizer. I still like the visualizer. I think it's cool. If there's any feedback that you want to give me about, you know, videos and the channel as a whole at the moment, then do let me know. It'd be, you know, greatly appreciated. If you have any questions about anything I've mentioned in this video, then let me know down below as well. If you like the video, then consider liking and maybe hit that subscribe button if you're not already, although I imagine a lot of you probably are if you're watching this. If you did want to become a member, wink wink nudge nudge, then you can look at the button below and see what catches your fancy, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to sign off. Next video that goes up will be one based on Number, which is sort of similar to Cython if you've seen that video already. If you haven't, I recommend going and watching that. And I would also recommend going and watching the 10-year anniversary using Python 1.0 in 2022 video as well. That was one of my favorite videos I think I've ever done, and you lot seem to like it. If you want me to make you know, videos similar to that, so maybe looking at Python 2.0, then you can let me know in the comments if you want, or I have a community poll open asking that question already, so you can vote in that if you want to. But yeah, with that, I'd like to thank my amazing members and patrons on screen now. £1 a month and you can be on that screen too, and I will see you next time where, as I said, we work with Number. So I'll see you for that.